Well, let's take you now to Limpopo, where the Premier Stan Mathabatha is addressing young entrepreneurs and academics in an effort to encourage them to create projects that could assist the province's economy. The province is inundated with mining and agricultural opportunities, but remains mostly rural due to slow development and lack of implementation of government policy. Newzroom Afrika's Pelane Phakgadi is in Polokwane, joins me now. Pelane, good evening to you. What is it that the Premier had to say when he's calling for, young people to come up with ideas, to come up with innovation? How was that message received?
Definitely, he's yet to address the gathering here, and I'm sure that he'll be able to give us a synopsis of what he intends to tell them. Joining me now is the ANC chairperson as well as the Premier of Limpopo, Stan Mathabatha. Thank you very much. Perhaps the issue that Kathy is asking in studio is around the opportunity inundated the province is with agriculture and as well as mining. But young people seem to be getting some sort of a red light. The African National Congress here seems to be continuing, of course, and right now conversing towards elections. Surely the young people want more than just the conversing time and these talks. What is it that you're going to be telling them?
Surely, you are very right that it's an election season. There is this election hype, but the election hype. But what we will be discussing with the young people today, because remember, all the time when we discuss, in most instances, when we discuss with young people, it's when we discuss with the unemployed youth, and so forth and so on. But this time we are discussing with young professionals who are employed. Remember, at some stage, I think it was 2 years ago, when we identified that we've got a very serious problem of unemployed young people in this province, and many of whom are graduates and all these kind of things. And then we said we need to, the concept of retooling, taking people back to training, different types of training, more especially when you realize that they have trained in a particular field where the field is actually saturated. Then the best thing is to retool them. Is a quicker way of diverting people and training them, because already they are trainable, they have been trained. So most of these young people here are professionals. They are doctors, they are lawyers, they are accountants and all those kind of things. What we are going to say to them is that this province needs you. This democracy needs you. We need your input in this democracy. You correctly put it that we've got competitive advantage in mining, we've got competitive advantage in tourism and agriculture in this province. So we want them to explore those sectors.
Yeah, but talk to us about what the government has been doing to also ensure that they encourage those who are currently not employed. Of course, rightfully put it, today you are engaging those who are employed. But I'm sure the yardstick is to ensure that you also create job opportunities for those who are qualified but are not finding the workspace.
You know what we did with that program of retooling our young people? You'll remember that we said we're sending 60,000 young people out of the country, most of which are sent to China, where they are going to get other operational experience and all these kind of things, and all retraining, the type of retraining that I'm talking about. So many of them, we have already started with that program. Remember, in the Premier's office, you've got a directorate that deals specifically with that question that you are raising with me. Already in the past 2 years, like I said, about 60,000 of young people have been sent out for training. Some of them are back already. They are part of these young professionals who are here.
Definitely. Just a quick one before I let you go. How has campaigning been over the last few weeks, of course, giving to the fact that there is that role of the provincial treasurer, Denim Caesar, that currently has stepped aside? I'm sure, how have you been able to govern it, resources, who has been acting in that particular position? I do know that you have made mention, but of course, just share with us some of those details.
No. Currently, we wait. Remember, as officials, office bearers of the African National Congress, What we have said is that we need to work as a collective. We need to work very close to each other now. Both the Deputy Secretary and the Deputy Chairperson are dealing with that portfolio. They are handling it together, and I think they are doing very well. Because as you can see, we are here today in this glamorous event, as you may put it that way. Yeah. It takes money to organize an event of this nature. Yeah. So that says to me that the two comrades are doing very well.
Just a quick one. The wards, the particular one, Ward 13, Ward 10, they are owed. They are the EFF councillorship there in that area. What are you doing to try perhaps continue to gain some momentum? Because what we do know, they are hotly contested.
Watch the space. Watch the space. We're taking those words back. Our comrades are on the ground. Remember, the African National Congress organizes in a very organic manner, in a very traditional and organic manner. Our culture is that we don't necessarily go into organize through the media, organize through social media or whatever. We go physical to those areas.
So people must watch the space. That's the ANC chairperson here in Limpopo. They're saying that Ward 10, Ward 13, of course, the EFF led at this particular stage. The EFF leader, Julius Malema, is also in the province and also canvassing. He was in the Capricorn district. He was in Moleji earlier on. So it so seems that the hub of Limpopo, Polokwane City to be exact, it is currently up for grabs, and political parties, including the Patriotic Alliance from Johannesburg here in Polokwane, they are currently contesting. So we'll be very much interested to see how the November 1 polls do head. Kathy?
Pelane, Phakgadi, let's leave it there for tonight.